the a-hole for not delaying our rebuild for our pregnant neighbors. We are planning on doing a major rebuild on our old row house and finalized everything around 2 weeks ago. We are excited as it's taken us nearly a year and a half to get here. We texted our neighbors this weekend to let them know construction would start at the end of the month for approximately 3 to 4 months. We are not extremely close with the neighbors, but always pleasant. One neighbor came by to talk to us after we sent the text and expressed disappointment in the timing because his girlfriend is pregnant and due next week. We ourselves were never told of her pregnancy until December and that she was due sometime in February. He also asked about our rebuild on his own, and my partner mentioned it might happen sometime in April, which was our original start date. We told him how sorry we were for the timing, but obviously it wasn't intentional. 10 minutes after he left, we received a text asking if we were available to talk the next day about possible solutions and if we could delay the rebuild by another 3 to 4 months. We agreed to meet, but told him delaying was not possible because we already have another place lined up for us to live in, contractor agreement, etc. Needless to say, the meeting was not ideal. The girlfriend cried the entire time while apologizing for crying and hormones. So what are they worried about? Noise? You know, as someone that lives in a city with constant construction going on, never in my wildest dreams would I go to someone's house and tell them not to do their reconstructions and renovations because of me. I cannot even imagine how someone would accommodate that. Like, life goes on, you know? The world does not stop because you're pregnant. Like, I can understand maybe them asking about like noise situations. Like maybe there could be a way that you guys could communicate because maybe they'll have a newborn and stuff like that. And like, you know, maybe we could keep work around certain times or something. I can understand that, but delaying the process entirely, man, it's like a once in a lifetime opportunity to even get contractors to start a project on time, let alone to then delay that because of your neighbors. No way. She says she's not cried as much as she has in the last 24 hours as she has cried in the past 2 years. She's worried how this will affect the baby because she's stressed now. She couldn't believe that we just sent them a message with only a month in advance and that we should have come to talk to them in person, as this was the first she was hearing about this. Did we even put ourselves in their shoes? They have nowhere else to go. They're concerned with how this affects their own sleep because the baby will be up all night and they need to sleep during the day and they won't be able to with construction. Okay. I mean, listen, I totally understand the stress about, like, I get stressed out about the idea of having like a newborn and not being able to sleep properly. Like, I totally get that. And maybe she's reacting a little bit out of hormones. But there's ways around it, you know? Like, I've been sleeping with earplugs for the last 15 years. They do wonders. What about the garbage truck? Like, what about, like, you know, like service people that come and, like, you know, service the power lines or whatever? Like, this is the reality of, like, living by other people. The world doesn't stop because you're pregnant. If we did the rebuild 3 months later, it would at least be summer and they could go outside to escape the noise. What? No, what? It's even worse outside. What are they talking about? They also just kept repeating, what if we just say, no, this can't happen? Well, it is, though. We obviously feel for them as new parents expecting a baby, and we all live in old row houses, so I get how noisy and distributive. I don't think that's the word you meant, but it just, I get it. We told them we would get them a build schedule. There we go. So they could see what days will be the noisiest. And they want us to ask the contractor if there can be quiet hours from 12 to 3. Okay. I think that you're doing them a solid by giving them sort of a heads up by what days are going to be noisy. I think it's a little unrealistic to stop contractors from working in the middle of the day, because then those contractors have to, like, find something else to do and then come back and not be done work until, like, God knows when. I don't think that's realistic, and I don't know what else we could do to amend the situation. Yes, I think that they are stressed out about being new parents, which is totally valid. But, you know, when you live in a city, even if you don't, if you live around other people, let's say you share a wall, it does seem like they share a wall. And part of the rebuild includes insulating the entire house. You just can't expect that. I feel for them. I do. Like that would be tough, but unfortunately, that is the reality. We found out work will go on from 8 to 4 p.m. each day with a 30-minute break for lunch at 12. The builder is fine to give an overview of what will be done and when. After that, I think we have done our best to assist them during this time. Yeah, unfortunately, it is not necessarily your problem. And I do feel for them. I do. But like, you know, they're going to have to figure it out. They're not the first new parents to have to deal with noise, and they won't be the last. First comment says, it's a baby. It's going to make noise all on its own. That's the other thing too. What about the baby crying? You know, you're sharing a wall. That baby's going to make noise too. It can now make as much noise as it likes without disturbing you next door and without its parents being worried about it doing so. This is a massive overreaction from your neighbors. I would suggest you stop being quite so accommodating and concentrate instead on your own plans and carrying them forward, not the a-hole. There's ways around it. People in the comments are like, tell them to buy a white noise machine. A fan is also another option. We have a dog, and you know, unless the fan or the white noise machine is on, the dog hears like absolutely everything and wakes up. But there's just normal living noises that are associated with living in a neighborhood, sharing walls with other people. Life goes on. I feel for them. I do. Honestly, there are a few things that scare me more than being in the trenches as a new parent and like not getting any sleep. That's tough. However, do I expect everyone around me to accommodate me because it's going to be hard? No, I don't. I also arguably think it's probably a good thing that the baby at the beginning, you know, I've seen stuff online. I mean, source, trust me, bro, of like babies, when you let them sleep in environments that are a little bit noisier, they're probably going to be less likely to like wake up so often. They'll get used to the noise and sleep better. So I feel like maybe this could be a good thing for them, but I digress. 100% agree. Tell them to buy a great white noise machine and don't think anything further of it. I have a 1-year-old. If they want to sleep, they will sleep through anything. If they don't want to, a tissue dropping will wake them up. Yeah. Dogs barking, you know, horns from cars. Like there's so many, you know, and I would also argue that newborns sleep like quite a bit. They like when they're first out of there, like they are big, just balls of flesh that just sleep the whole time, you know? At least in my experience with my friends that have had kids recently. I like haven't even seen some of my friends' babies open their eyes yet. Like they've just been sleeping around me and we're like all around them, like drinking and stuff. And the kids are just flat out passed out, not waking up. I can get the anxieties as a new parent, but that's not your fault. So are you the a-hole for not delaying your rebuild for your pregnant neighbors? No.